From wherever you're checking out the show from. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And today is Monday. Yeah. And tomorrow is the debate. And I can't wait for the debate. Now, let's make sure that everybody can hear me before I get into this. Make sure people are logged on, get notifications, stuff like that. The normal protocol that we have to go through. Just letting you know, if this your first time checking out my live stream, hit the like button, share my videos, subscribe to the channel, set your notification button to all.
America is at a
well, I'll be done. Well, look at that.
Is squeezing wallets. Our borders are failing.
That's me over there, y'all. Yeah. I forgot to turn the volume down, but nonetheless, it's a commercial over there, and I'm gonna let it roll. So I can get paid, okay? That's why I ain't got to be begging y'all for donations and stuff like that. Speaking of which, if you want to donate to the channel, you can. There's a link below the video to do that with my Cash App and my PayPal. And I want to especially thank a family, and they bless me so wonderfully. They send not only, a monetary, substance through, the mail to me, but they also write wonderful letters and words of encouragement. And maybe one day, if they would allow me, I might read one out loud because they're wonderful. It's something special about getting a handwritten letter. Most folks, they ain't into that no more. I remember back in the day, you used to write love letters to people with the cursive. You got to make sure your handwriting was tight, taking your time. Yeah. And you writing a love letter. Now the kids don't even know cursive. They don't know cursive. They just send a text. You all right, you cool with me. I mean, I'm digging you all right. I'm saying. Back then, we took time, wrote letters, meant something, showed you were committed. And they write the most lovely letters to me, and they bless me almost every month. And I just cannot thank them enough because it helps. I got expenses too. So anything you guys do to support the channel, even if it's nothing more than watching and sharing my videos, I appreciate every single thing to keep this thing going, because there's some people out there that don't want that to happen. Now I see people checking in from Colorado. Yeah, man, from all over the place. Y'all be checking me out from all over the globe. And it's always fascinating when I see people from overseas too. I'll be like, what? Get in here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Heather said, hi, Kev. What's happening, Heather? Yeah. So I recommend that any of you all that don't follow me on Facebook, please follow me there too. I like to get to know, especially people who always watch the show, and some of y'all have already connected with me on other social media platforms. And it's always cool to at least be able to say, hey, I remember you. I think there was somebody named Holly. I was reading the notes from the other night, and Holly, wrote, I was talking about some hypocrisy. She brought up hypocrisy, and it tickles me pink when you guys will write or respond in ways that I don't even realize that I'm doing it, but y'all catch it. So she wrote hypocrisy, and she wrote it in a way that when I read it, I was like, that is exactly how I say it. And just that attention to detail, it made me chuckle. It puts a smile on my face. Honestly, when I go back and I watch all of the comments, I crack up. But that one got me right there. She hypocrisy. I was like, wow. And now I'm conscious of me doing that. I used to just do it because. So I'm conscious now, like, yeah, that is something I always say. So I appreciate all of those things. Y'all make me smile just as much as I try to make you guys smile as well. Now, with that being said, I'm going to try to do that right now. I'm going to try to make y'all smile and make the Democrats frown. That's what I'm going to try to do. So let me go ahead and get loose, since I assume y'all can hear me. Delicious. Beat my chest like a real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. And speaking of that, just reminded me of something else. A gentleman that I work with, he started watching my channel. He's like, man, Kev, I love your channel. I just binged on it one night. And this morning when I went into work, I didn't even see him. I was way across the warehouse about to get ready to, strap the truck down and head out. And all I hear is real gorilla. out of nowhere. Real gorilla. And I knew exactly who it was coming from. I was like, ha, yeah. So I got to give him a shout out, man. He's been checking out the show. Now, guys, if you haven't been paying attention to what's been going on in politics, it looks like Kamala Harris, her campaign is starting to take a nosedive. And they're trying to pull up. They started off, real sweet, and took off nice and, in a nice angle. All of a sudden they hit some turbulence. And the turbulence was Kamala Harris. That she is such a raggedy candidate. It's hard to keep her afloat. It's hard to keep her in the air. Yep. It's hard to get out there and defend her when she's so horrible. They can only hide her so long. They can only praise her without her coming out and defending some of the accusations, or at least letting the people know, hey, y'all, what's up? Here I am. This is what I stand for. If you are a real legitimate politician, you want to have the opportunity to go out and differentiate yourself from your opponent. You want to be able to sell yourself. You don't want the media to have to sell you. You want to be detailed. You want to give people a presentation to where they go, wow, I'll buy that. I mean, that right there was a heck of a presentation. She covered all the questions. She gave all the right answers. She presented a nice little package for me so I could see it. Gave me some visuals, perhaps. All of that stuff. Very descriptive. She allowed me to see the vision in my head. Okay. Not like she was talking to those kids. You gonna see the moon with your own eyes. Okay. I've already seen the moon. I want to see your vision for America and what you're going to do, but you don't have one. You can't give us a description of what you're going to do because you've been a part of the raggedy organization that got us to where we are right now. And you are a Muppet. Muppets don't have their own thoughts. They don't have their own visions. And when she do muster up a thought, it comes out very communistic. That's all I'm saying. Very far left, very out there. And Americans ain't ready for that. They don't want that mess. So people have to come out now and try to make excuses for her because her polls is dropping, but they're having a hard time. So they're trying to, of course, defend her and simultaneously trying to stop Trump. But they can't stop Trump because he's just too big. The Trump train has already left the station. Right about now, the Trump train done went through some Russia collusion and it didn't stop it. Then it got hit with a blizzard of impeachment and that didn't stop it. Then they ran it back with a hurricane of some more impeachment that didn't stop the Trump train. Then all of a sudden, they rained down 4 indictments that didn't stop the Trump train. Then Trump got shot in the face and that didn't stop the Trump train. So now, what are they going to do? Gonna give it a shot anyway. Come out with some of the craziest attacks on Trump ever. And here I am to destroy those narratives. Along with some people on the streets too. Because see, some of these narratives is trying to make it seem like, the media, they got the goods on Trump and everybody feels the way they do. So we got to go ahead and see how the people on the street feel about Kamala Harris as well. So let's get into it. Starting off with this. Oh, I almost forgot my Kevin's Corner store and the phone number. You can text MAGA to that number so you can stay connected with me just in case they bounce me off of YouTube. Now, let's get into it. Yeah.
$540 million raised, $82 million in 1 week.
But will you acknowledge that there's no policy page on her website? And so how do people
when did we start caring about policy pages on websites when every single time every time she steps to the podium, she talks about her policy in such a direct way that voters are responding.
Are you kidding me? You hear this raggedy surrogate? First of all, when should we start talking about policies and stuff on our web page? This man literally is out here trying to say that she don't need that stuff on her webpage. Now, the sad part is for many of their voters, that's okay. They don't care. They're all about joy. They're like Ren and Stimpy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. They're out there just like happy, happy, joy, joy. We're just glad we don't have creepy, sleepy, the corpse walking around like a zombie. But this man is trying to tell us that she's dropping all of her policies out there on the campaign trail every time she speaks to the voters. What I hear is a rehearsed speech that is riddled with all types of pandering and voice changes. That's what I hear. And I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? You got this dude is trying to sell us on this. He's trying to say that she's informing us while she's on the campaign trail. Have you been informed yet? Have you heard any detailed policies or anything that she's talked about? No, I haven't. But there it is. He's trying to defend her.
Tell me what her border policy is?
Say it one time.
Can you tell me what her border policy is?
Oh, she said on day one she would sign the bipartisan border legislation that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump has taken credit for killing or not getting.
Now, is that her policy? Is she setting her policy? Or is she talking about some senator, the rhino senator slash a couple Democrats came up with something? And why don't you think for yourself? You are the border czar, aren't you? I know you don't like to, own that title nowadays. But if you would have did well, and if it would have been, a popular topic, you would have been like, I'm the border czar, I'm the border czar. But because it's raggedy, you don't want to own that title all of a sudden. I wasn't in charge of somebody. All I was in charge of doing is just like checking out the root causes and stuff like that. But nonetheless, she should have a vision. I'm not even in Congress, and I got a vision of how that border should look and what policies should be implemented to stop it. I mean, did she just say, give me something, and whatever you guys give me, I'll sign it? If you're about to take over and become the commander in chief, you should be coming in with your fresh ideas, your vision of what should happen on that border. Yeah, tell us how you envision stopping all these illegal immigrants coming across the border. Because, see, this is about to become a relevant topic in a few minutes as we hear from some people from Chi-Town. Chicago, baby. They don't like this border policy currently. So let's continue hearing this fool try to defend Kamala Harris.
What's your policy on fracking?
Oh,
she's going to introduce that.
Her anonymous.
Oh, she's going to introduce that. When? After she get in office and shut down fracking in West Virginia and in Pennsylvania, that's when she's going to introduce it. This is how they try to sell their candidates. Now, he's having a hard time defending her. That man right there, he knows she's raggedy. He knows she has no policies. And when she does present some type of policies, they're radical. They're not believable because it didn't come out of her mouth. I mean, they just out there spreading rumors that, oh man, now she done moved to the middle. Just spreading rumors. We haven't heard her say that. Most we heard her say is my values haven't changed. My values haven't changed. That's all she said. And so here he is talking about, oh, she gonna present it. And I'm going, what is it? Where is it, man? I don't want to go in and vote for somebody that could decide my job, my livelihood, and I'm relying on just what? The honor system. I'm gambling, I'm rolling the dice. Like, I hope she lands on fracking and not, I hope this ain't just a rumor because I haven't heard it come out of her mouth. I hope right now that the rumors are true that she's no longer going to do that. As if we could trust the Biden administration to follow through with their promises. But let's continue.
So her interview tonight should give her the opportunity to share whatever policy agenda she wants, and as the process.
And did she? And did she do that during the interview? No, she made it worse. She tic-tac-toed all through that. That's right. She hopscotched through it. She double-dutched. She did all she could do to avoid locking down some legitimate policies that are listed and well thought out. It was generalizations. I'm going to look out for the American people, and I'm going to do what the American people wants. And the American people wants to move forward. They want, and I'm thinking, what American people are you referring to? And what is your idea of moving forward, progress, making sure Americans have this and that? I'm thinking, wait a minute. That's why we got two candidates. And that's why so many people are voting for the other one, because apparently there's a lot of Americans that don't have the same vision of what Americans are ready for as you. So when you throw those statements out there, and they're very vague and broad on purpose, what you're doing is trying to get a dragnet effect. You're trying to let the people fill in the blanks, say some positive things that sound good that everybody can relate to. Progress, more prosperity, to all of these things. And I'm saying, but what does that look like? I want some details. So let's continue, though, because this guy's struggling. He's struggling. I would hate to be a chameleon hair's surrogate right about now.
Go along, she will continue to do.
Angela, to bring you in, those battleground polls also show Donald Trump pulling in 19% support from black voters. That is actually triple what he got in 2020. What?
Wow. Now I wonder how this surrogate is going to defend that. Somebody said pet lives matter. Yeah, I saw that. Oh man. You got folks in Ohio. These are my stomping grounds. I know exactly where that location is at. I done hung out there many times. Now we got folks down there eating animals. I mean, what's going on with that? What's going on with that? But nonetheless, we'll get into that I saw that story right before the show started, and I was like, I better not try to include that right now. I need to sit on that one a little more and figure out how I want to introduce that one. But we do have a clip of Trump talking about saving some animals, though. We do have a clip of that, though, in tonight's show. So let's go ahead and continue. All right. So now, wait a minute. This sister got the daunting task of explaining why Trump's numbers with black folks have increased. Let's hear how she explains it.
What do you make of that? What is he doing right to win them over?
I don't make it.
Being honest, being, genuine, perhaps. Actually, having some proven data from his first presidency, his first 4 years, that black people could look at and say, yeah, that Trump was better. I now have a compare and contrast and stuff like that. Along with the Democrats stinking it up so bad and abusing so many minority neighborhoods that a lot of black people woke up because the Democrats, the way they've treated them in their neighborhoods. So it's a combination between them being able to say, man, Trump was better, even though I might have been brainwashed by the fake news and the Democrats. And then other ones are going, man, I wasn't even thinking about Trump until about 40,000 illegal immigrants showed up in my neighborhood. Now I started saying, we need a Trump. That's what we need. We need a Trump to stomp some of this out.
Anything of these polls that are talking to imaginary black folks. I would love to know, for one, who they're talking to, because I've not seen.
So you think that they don't exist?
I think that they are. Maybe, you know what they might be the invisible man that Ralph Ellison talked about in his book. I don't know.
So that's it. You see how crazy these folks sound to have to come out and explain why Kamala Harris is not as popular as they thought she would be with black folks, and explain why Trump is still gaining ground with minorities in spite of all of the racism they accused him of, the xenophobia, the homophobia, all the phobias. They done ran him through all the phobias. So even in spite of all of that, he's still gaining with all of these minorities. So now, what are we? Either we are dumb and just manipulated by Donald Trump. Yeah, he just done wooed us over, hit us with the Jedi mind trick, or we're all sellouts and Uncle Toms, or we just simply don't exist. And, for good keeping, they might even slide in. We're all just black, white nationalists. We're black, white nationalists. Who knows what excuse these folks will come up with when the final numbers come out? Because after the election, if they go back and say, wow, Trump got like 25, maybe 30% of the black vote, are we all white nationalists? Are we all just in a cult? We're all brainwashed by Trump? Or we're just smart enough to get off the Democrat plantation, like you're going to see at the end of my live stream?
I don't know who these people are. There was a Trump ad that was released, I believe today, that's targeting black women voters. Oh. And there are these people who, allegedly exist all throughout the country, and they're reading scripts. You can see their eye line going over here. And I think...
And that doesn't happen with Democrats, does it? Not at all. They don't read scripts at all, right? But nonetheless, if it's an ad, they probably are reading a script. Yeah. I mean, the Gold Star parents who came out and shredded Kamala Harris over that letter she wrote to Donald Trump, they read their notes as well. All they did is wrote down how they really felt and read it. So it's not like the Trump administration wrote their words for them. They probably just said, here's my words, here's my thoughts, and I got to read them. I don't have them memorized. Everybody can't go off the top of the dome. Like Kev from Kevin's Corner. Now let's continue.
I think some of them might be paid to say some of these things. I'm not sure, but here's what I do know.
You mean like all those buskets that got busted in? Those buses, hundreds of them coming from miles and miles away. All of those folks showing up like, I live right around the corner. Yeah, catching them, getting on buses. I mean, they're the only ones that got to put on fake productions It's unreal that they try to apply this to Trump. These people are all about theatrics, all about the show, all about creating a perception, all about the optics, and they would do anything to create these optics. But yet they're trying to pretend that, this got to be Trump supporters. He's doing this. He got to be paying them. People used to say that to me when I first started doing this. How much Trump paying you? I said, are you kidding me? Good grief. I mean, you know, if I didn't believe what I believed, how much money would it take for me to just sell out like that? I mean, I see a lot of black liberals that do what she do. They take the money. Like right now, she's prostituting herself. So is the guy over there on the other side. So many of them do it, but I'm just not that kind of guy. It's not my style. You would see it in my presentation. You would be able to tell this guy's not really believing this mess. Just like I can tell many of them don't believe it either, but they still come out for that paycheck. Allow themselves to be used by the demo rats.
Yeah, you talked about this not being the case, Georgia not being the case for Joe Biden. Joe Biden did actually win Georgia in 2020. And I also want to give some credit to Kamala Harris, who has been to Georgia 7 times.
There you go, for nothing. Yeah, been to Georgia 7 times for nothing. Nothing more than to read teleprompters and bounce. That's it. And yet I question that whole Joe Biden won Georgia in 2020. But nonetheless, this is her justification of Kamala Harris dipping and dodging all over the place, not answering questions, not being available to the press, not taking real legitimate hard, interviews, not presenting nothing for the people, but just, going back and forth and traveling and reading off the teleprompter. Look, she's doing stuff. What I call that is busy work. Busy work. It don't take a lot of brain energy, stapling, there you go, licking papers and folding them. There you go. Anybody could do it. Just put it on repeat. All right, Kamala, get on the bus. You show up, you come out, read your script, get back on the bus, let's go. Busy work. Look at me, I'm doing stuff.
This year, right? And so I think it's important for us to acknowledge the work that has been done. Their state directors talked about 35,000 new volunteers on the ground since Kamala Harris announced. They have well over 24 offices in that state. They're doing the work. And so what you do see with polls and what you do hear from folks who are registered voters is that the tide is changing, that they're excited about the change and the excitement.
What change? We haven't heard no change. What are you talking about? They're excited about the change and the excitement and stuff like that. Looks like that excitement is going to like Herbie Lovebug is Putin out. Yeah. So now she's talking about the people are excited about the change. They're not excited about her policies. They're not excited about the candidate. If anything, they're just excited that we might be able to beat Orange Man. That's it. They're not excited about her because they don't know nothing about her. Remember, guys, this was the most unpopular vice president ever. So the excitement can't be genuine, or it would have been there prior to her becoming the nominee. It would have been there, but it wasn't. So now all of a sudden, though, there's supposed to be all of this excitement and stuff. And I'm thinking, for what? What's the difference between her and Joe? They both have a hard time giving speeches. They don't like taking interviews. They both got horrible policies. They're both controlled puppets. What's the difference?
Kamala Harris brought to the top of the ticket. And I think we really got to give more credit to the work. I'm not giving any credit to these polls. Polls end up being wrong all the time. Yeah, and I've seen polls that say 15%, 19%, 18% of black folks. I don't believe it at all.
Yeah, there you go. So her style, her technique of defending that is denial. I just don't believe it. Don't believe it. All of these black folks we've been seeing for years now coming out, the growth of the black community, all of this, she just don't believe it. She's just going to tell that audience, I'm in denial. This guy over here is silent because, see, people be calling into his show that are black and saying, man, dude, I'm voting for Trump. Yeah, he's silent because he knows. But here she is, her job is to just say, it ain't happening, it ain't true. Just in case you got some black folks on the fence watching CNN. Yeah, you don't want them starting to think it's a movement. You don't want them starting to think, well, I guess I can come out now and, vocalize my support for Trump. Because there's other blacks out there. Because, back in the day, the pioneers, like myself and many others, we took the heat, man. We took the heat. So this woman is trying to make sure she stops the bleeding. So she came out and just said, it ain't happening. I mean, I don't know what y'all talking about. But hey.
You have described Vice President.
Oh, well, look at Bernie Sanders. He's out here trying to defend Kamala. And all he ends up doing is revealing to everybody that Kamala Harris is a chameleon. Listen to this.
Kamala Harris as a progressive. She has previously supported Medicare for all. Now she does not. She's previously supported a ban on fracking. Now she does not.
Now she don't.
These, Senator, are ideas that you have campaigned on. Do you think that she is abandoning her progressive ideals?
Now that's interesting because, see, remember, he identifies as a Democrat socialist. So if he's able to see the light in Kamala, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, you don't want the devil to be saying, I like that kid. He's a go-getter. He's just the kind of kid I support. He got all the characteristics I want to praise him. You don't want that. Hey, you don't want evil folks, praising you and saying, I like you. I support everything you do. So Bernie Sanders is a very big supporter of Kamala Harris because he must know something that we don't know as voters because they don't want us to know. Yeah, he must know something that all of these Midwesterns that are going, well, I mean, I'm on the fence. I mean, I at least like to hear about what she's going to do. Is she going to mess up my job and all that stuff? Bernie Sanders know the deal. Yeah, even though they out there spreading rumors, talking about Kamala ain't like that no more. She done changed, y'all. She not her values, just her policies, y'all. They done changed. So now listen to Bernie Sanders leak it out that really she ain't changed.
No, I don't think she's abandoning her ideals. I think she's trying to be pragmatic and doing what she thinks is right in order to win the election.
There you go. In other words, adapt and say what you got to say and do what you got to do to win the votes. There you go. That man just straight exposed her, whether he knows he did or not. I know Christian Welker was sitting there going, oh, God, that's the worst answer you could have gave. You just told my audience that this woman hasn't changed. She's just doing what she got to do to get elected, man. So then what happens, Bernie, when she gets elected? What happens after she done came out and told everybody, I no longer support banning straws, no longer support a mandatory gun buyback, no longer support eliminating fracking, no longer support abolishing the police. I'm now all of a sudden strong on all these things that she's saying now. What happens, Bernie, when she gets in office? What happens? What you're telling us is she's saying all of these things to get elected. Thank you, Bernie. Yeah, I bet you all of the Kamala Harris people was like, oh, he was the worst example. We shouldn't have sent Bernie out there. When you get old, you have a tendency to just tell it like it is.
Let me just ask you then, big picture, do you still consider Vice President Kamala Harris to be progressive, Senator?
I do.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much for clearing that up for us. So there you have it. They're out there trying to defend her, and all they're doing is making things worse. So you know what they got to do. They got to resort to trying to stop Trump through all kind of lies, propaganda, and fear tactics. The usual. But they done tried to up their game now. So let's check it out. Let's see what they're up to now.
But there's a false equivalency going on in the coverage of this race.
Their objectivity actually is not objective at all.
It's not?
It ends up playing to Donald Trump's advantage every day.
So wait a minute, fake news. Y'all saying when the fake news that covers Trump negatively all day and every day since he ever stepped on the scene happen to pretend that they're trying to be objective, and they mention something that Kamala Harris did. Not too much. You don't want to go too hard on her. Something soft that she can recover from to make it look like we're fair and balanced. We're trying to be objective, and we're not just complete propagandists. We're not the Mockingbird media. We're not owned by the Democrat Party. We're not working for the Chameleon Harris campaign. So we got to come out every once in a while and just throw a little jab that we know that a lot of our voters won't even care about or even remember. That's too much. Y'all shouldn't even be doing that. Don't say nothing negative about Chameleon Harris, y'all. All negative on Trump. That's what these so-called journalists are suggesting.
In an effort to appear balanced, to appear objective, mistakes are absolutely being made, and standards are...
Mistakes are being made. In efforts to try to appear to be objective and fair and balanced, the mistake is you guys are revealing that Kamala is a chameleon. She's fake. Y'all are revealing some of her flaws, and we can't do that because we work for the DNC. We work for the Democrats. See, so the mistake is y'all aren't supposed to point out Kamala's mistakes. That's the mistake. You're only supposed to point out Trump's mistakes that we've come up with and all these narratives and his evilness. Listen to them support this narrative. Boy, I tell you, man, this is 1984 type stuff, and they are this bold to just straight come out and say it. But that goes to show the type of people who's watching these networks. If they're sitting back watching this and going, darn right, and aren't able to see that this is 1984 type tactics.
Are being applied to both candidates here when Donald Trump is a different animal. He is an insurrectionist.
Donald Trump's a different animal. He's an insurrectionist. So now we got to treat him way differently. Yeah, see, we got to go hard 100% on Donald Trump, but not on Kamala. We can't even pretend to be objective. Don't even think about it. If you get the scoop of a lifetime about something she did, don't even mention it. I don't care if it's the worst ever and would be the biggest bombshell story ever. Don't talk about it, because our whole goal and objective is to stop Trump. Now, this is interesting. He's supposed to be an American journalist. This is supposed to be an American network. Why don't they just come out and say we're a propaganda network? Because he's saying that Trump is special. He's different. He's an insurrectionist that hasn't been accused or charged of being an insurrectionist. This man ain't defining, what insurrection actually looks like, how an insurrection would actually take place and be pulled off and maintained. Now, he's not defining that. He don't want to get into the details of it. He just wants his audience to just think somehow, somewhere, Trump mysteriously and magically inspired an insurrection amongst a lot of protesters with no guns and all that stuff. But he's just saying it out there. And he's using that to justify that we should treat Trump differently. So at this point, y'all should just come out and say, our whole goal is to stop Trump. And we can't treat him normally because in our heads, he's an insurrectionist. And we got to convince our audience that he's that evil to where we're justified in covering up Kamala, any of her flaws, any of her raggedy policies. We're justified in that. And we're supposed to just focus on Trump. And anybody in the media that tries to be objective, you are betraying us. That's a problem. And Anna Kasperia, or whatever her name is, from TYT, actually had a problem with this.
Well, the crew over at Morning Joe on MSNBC, the same crew that wanted Biden to continue running in this presidential race, despite the fact that he was suffering from clear cognitive decline. Yeah, those people.
Yeah. So should we believe them? Should we believe those people who've been lying to us all that time? They were lying to us. Should we believe? Okay.
They're furious that journalists would have the audacity of ever reporting anything negative on the Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris, because Trump he's a special threat.
Special.
And so since they've decided that Trump is a very special threat, well, then journalists should hide information about Kamala Harris from you. So you don't vote for Trump and definitely vote for Kamala Harris.
Now, you see that tactic? And they said it out loud. That's the crazy part about it. This is where we're at in 2024, where all of the bias, all of the deep state tactics, they're not hiding their stuff anymore. They're very blatant in your face about it. Even if they don't tell you exactly what they're doing, their behaviors tell you exactly what they're doing. They're not subtle when it comes down to it. All of this lawfare, these indictments, these attacks, these accusations, it's very clear that this is lawfare. They don't have to come out and say, this is lawfare. Yeah, their actions let you know it's lawfare. They're not even trying to hide it. They're not going to say, well, let's just do one indictment. Nope, let's do 4 and then a possible. Yeah, Jack Smith tried to hit us with 4 and a possible indictments. Let's go ahead, bend all the rules for Trump and then tell everybody we're fighting for justice and our job is to stop this man because he's the threat to democracy. As we, in our efforts to stop him, violate every single principle of a republic, of democracy, and anything else. Hey, if you are a person that is informed and you're intelligent, you see it. Their folks think that these people are fighting for justice. Therefore, whatever they do to Trump is justified. And most likely Trump deserves it anyway. Most likely, even though none of these attacks, accusations, investigations have ever resulted in an indictment, a real indictment, or panned out to show that Trump really did what he did. Even though we still keep believing him. We still keep believing him. So this lady right here is pointing this out. Like, are you kidding me? This is where we're at when it comes down to the media?
In other words, they want the media to manipulate you and do the exact opposite of journalism.
Exactly. There you go. And this is coming from a liberal right here that just happened to have, you know, every blue moon, some pockets of red pillism. And she all right to wait out and, something's going on over here. What's going on? And I hope she finally eventually wakes up and realizes that the left is evil. I'm talking about the radical, extreme leftists, these communists. They're evil, man. The media, the fake liberal established media is evil. They're all in this together. They have a goal and an objective, and they do anything to accomplish it.
Don't believe me? Well, why don't we hear co-host Mike Barnicle make his case?
But there's a false equivalency going on in the coverage of this race, in that Donald Trump can say whatever crazy things he wants to say about submarines and sharks and electric batteries, whatever he wants to say. And it's not really covered in the sense that it's covered describing who said it, why he said it, and who the man is.
Are you kidding me? And when you guys do cover it, first of all, y'all cover it all the time. But secondly, when you cover it, you take it out of context. Completely out of context. You don't play the whole clips. You don't let your audience know that it was tongue in cheek. He was joking. He was riffing. He was just around his loved ones, his friends and stuff and all that stuff. You don't let them know that. You want them to think you would take a quick snippet and say, Trump's crazy. He's talking about submarines. Oh, look at that. Trump's crazy. He mentioned sharks. Trump's crazy. He mentioned, because y'all had been covering up for the real crazy guy who was running around talking about my uncle got eaten by pygmies and they got eaten by cannibals. And I used to drive a semi. And I went to the black church and there was corn pop and kids rubbing on my legs. The guy who really was saying crazy things, talking crazy, coming up with all kind of crazy stories, y'all never covered that. Y'all said that guy was on task. He was on point. He was sharp as a tack. But now you want everybody to think all of these narratives that you just told them, which most likely their audience is not going to go back and watch the clips that he's referring to in its entirety and context. So they're just going to think Trump's out there wilding, man. He just gets out there, grabs the mic and starts talking about, you know what, last night I saw Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer jump right over the moon. Just like the cows. You know, cows and Rudolph jump over the moon at the same time. Just crazy stuff. Like Trump's just going after crazy. But see, this ain't working. This is what I mean by they can't stop Trump, because we are hip to their game. Us who follow Trump and been watching these things, we know what the context is. And even if we didn't watch, soon as it comes out of these people's mouths, we immediately go, I'm sure it wasn't like they said it was. And I'm about to show you an example of that in a second. Because remember, their whole goal is to stop Trump, but they can't stop him.
Trump, out of his mind. And always in that story, in the equivalency, the false equivalency by too many reporters and too many American newspapers. There's also, by the way, Kamala Harris changed her mind on fracking. They always throw in something like that in coverage of the story. It's ridiculous. We don't cover the man for how dangerous he is.
Y'all hear that, fool? It's ridiculous. We don't cover the man of how dangerous he is. Now, do you understand the arrogance of these people? They get out there and talk as if Trump is not beloved by millions. They're out there talking like he has no support. He's obviously dangerous, and most folks in America, with the exception of a small group of white nationalists up in the back hills, Alabama, most folks in America recognize that. So we're justified in coming out there and calling Trump, who is a leading candidate, dangerous, crazy, all of these things, And we shouldn't even cover this guy fairly because he's special. He's special. So now what that is, it's an indictment against all of the millions and millions and millions of voters for Trump. We're not able to see this existential threat that is in the package of Trump. We're not able to see it. Yeah, we're out there supporting a reckless, off the hook, unhinged cowboy that's going to get in the office and just start rooting and tooting and shooting and all of that, like Yosemite Sam. Yeah. So our choice don't matter. Our desire to support Trump don't matter. All of that. He's a bigger threat than all of these supporters. Forget y'all. Okay, forget y'all. See, that's what he's doing. That's what he's saying. He don't give a darn about all of the men because he want people to think that there aren't a lot of people out there. But if that was the case, Trump wouldn't be the nominee, would he? I mean, he actually won his primaries, unlike Kamala Harris.
Don't cover the man for how dangerous he is. I don't know. I don't know what country I'm living in, but I feel like we get wall-to-wall coverage about Trump being a danger to this country.
You're right about that. You can't turn on that network without hearing Trump. Trump's the white Nick. Trump, he's an exit. Trump's Hitler. Trump's David Koresh. Trump's Mussolini. Trump's. You can't turn on MSNBC without them going hard in on Trump. And yet they say that ain't hard enough, y'all. That ain't hard enough. Can you believe this? They want 100% of every media outlet and every journalist out there attacking Trump with no criticism of Kamala Harris.
It is incessant. It is all they talk about on MSNBC. Did he just suggest that journalists shouldn't report on Kamala Harris changing her mind on fracking? Is that not an important policy that voters should be informed about? And also, is he under the impression that telling Americans the truth about where Kamala Harris stands on the issues automatically means that Donald Trump is going to win the election?
Well, yes, he is afraid of that. That's exactly why they cover up all of her policies and they don't want to interview her and they don't want her to talk and they're not pressing her and they're not revealing all of her flip-flopping. They don't want that to happen because they're going, wow, even though we got a lot of dumb Americans, some might not be that dumb if we start really revealing what's going on with Kamala Harris. Yeah, at some point, some of those folks that's leaning dumb, but not all the way there. They're flirting around with dumbness, courting dumbness, going out every once in a while, but they haven't committed yet. Hey, how you doing? I like a drink for stupidity. So how was your weekend? Stupid. It's pretty much all you do, right? Just always in stupidity, right? Absolutely. So what's up? Are we going to go ahead and hitch it? No, I don't know. I'm still trying to get to know you, stupidity. Yeah. So just in case there's some people out there that haven't committed to stupidity, yeah, these folks want to cover up any potential flaws in Kamala Harris that might make them go, now that's too stupid. I would be completely dumb to hitch my wagon to this chick who's all over the place. We don't know who she is, what she believes, and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's right. That's the goal, is to make sure y'all cover up all of that mess. So let's continue.
You're supposed to be my cheerleader. You're supposed to cheerlead for my preferred candidate. What are you doing? How dare you talk about Kamala Harris and how she went from being against fracking to now saying she's totally in favor of fracking? How dare you? Good evening.
Now, knowing that, why are you still a dang on Democrat? Maybe she declares she's an independent. I don't know. But at some point, when you start seeing how corrupt the system is, it should drive you to the right. When you get so far, where you done took a chip of the red pill, you haven't swallowed the whole thing, but it opens your mind up to start seeing stuff like this. The whole organization, the whole system designed to support these folks. At some point, you might start to question all of the stuff you believed about them. And should you also believe everything they're saying about Trump? I mean, it's obvious. If they're willing to do that, you think they've been trying to be objective and honest about Trump when it comes down to Russia and all the other stuff that she probably believed along the way. So we'll see where her journey ends her. But for now, we got to deal with the nerd. The nerd's back. The hall monitor's back, y'all. The hall monitor's back. So let's see what he's going to come up with this time, y'all, because this is a whopper. They got to stop Trump, y'all. They got to do whatever they can. So let's see what this one is.
From New York, I'm Chris Hayes. We've got some breaking news tonight, an exclusive all-in scoop. It's this. Donald Trump is 78 years old.
That's a scoop? I didn't know that. Oh, what? Wait a minute. I had no idea that guy was 78 years old. Which I just been supporting him. I had no idea what his age was. I just thought he was like in the 50s or the 20s. Or, I don't know. I didn't know. So now this guy said this is a scoop. This ain't a scoop, y'all. This is a hit piece. That's what it is. They got to try to stop Trump. So what are they going to do now that creepy's out? They're going to try to make Trump look like he was creepy. Like he's insane, out of his mind. So y'all ready for this with no evidence?
Did you know that? If elected, he will be the oldest person to ever be sworn in as president of the United States.
Yet the best. Yet one of the smartest leaders of our time. One of the most productive leaders of our time. You're forgetting all of that stuff. You're forgetting all of that.
He's a man that is suffering from, I think, pretty obvious mental decline.
Now, do you think that seems sincere? This guy looks and sounds like an actor constantly. I mean, he's a man that's suffering from what I think obvious mental decline. You see, that guy wants you to believe that what he is saying is sincere. So let's finish dealing with the nerd. So let's finish. Here we go.
But in contrast to the breathless coverage of Joe Biden's age and fitness, which again made a certain amount of sense prior to his dropping out of the presidential race, we are not seeing nearly as much discussion about Trump's diminished mental acuity.
Because it's not there. You see what the nerd's trying to do? Create a narrative. He's trying to send the whistle, the alert out to all of the fake news that, hey, y'all, here's the narrative. Y'all need to go harder on Trump. Here, everybody needs to start just coming up with this bull crap narrative that Trump's losing his mind. Nearly. It's because you guys are fabricating it. You guys are trying to create the narrative. What are y'all talking about? You know what's interesting? They overlooked some of the most absolutely obvious mental lapses and declines of Joe Biden ever. Stuff that you couldn't even question. There was no context to put some of the stuff that Joe did in. With Trump, the things that they're accusing him of, all of these statements and stuff or things he talks about, all you got to do is watch the whole thing and you'll find, oh, there was a context behind that. Oh, okay, there's an atmosphere. There's certain things that's going on there. He's joking, whatever. But with creepy, you couldn't justify some of that stuff. Most of the stuff. You will go, honestly, I don't know what the context is. I don't know why he said it. I don't know where it came from. Nothing prompted it. There was no follow-up. There was no connection. But they overlooked that and criticized anybody who recognized it. But now all of a sudden, all of this overwhelming evidence that Trump somehow is in mental decline. Now, I thought you weren't able to come out there and start throwing out accusations about people's health without some type of examination or evidence. So you just want everybody to start just saying Trump's in mental decline, just like that. But if you mention that about Joe, they had a fit.
When was the last time you read an article wondering if Trump was mentally fit to be president of the United States?
Haven't.
It's simply not leading the coverage of this race as it was with Biden 2 months ago. It seems like everyone's grading Trump on a curve. He has always been rambling incoherent, true, so he gets a pass. But I gotta say, you spend any amount of time listening to him these days, and for our sins we do here at All In, he does not sound like a person who should be anywhere near the nuclear codes.
You know, their attacks now is absolutely laughable, man, because it's so scripted and so obvious about what they're doing. It's like kids trying to manipulate you into getting some ice cream or something like that. And we're adults just looking at them going, wanting to laugh, but we're just playing along with it. Like, okay, I'm gonna let this little guy come up to me. You want some ice cream? No, I don't want any ice cream. Okay, because I thought you did want some ice cream. No, I don't want ice cream. Knowing that they want the ice cream. You want me to go get you some ice cream? No. You know I like ice cream. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's good that you like ice cream. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I wish I had me some ice cream. You do? Mm-hmm. Why don't you just come out and say, could you go get me some ice cream? I would like some ice cream. That is how I look at these people. I'm looking at them going, dude, you are so obvious that this is all concocted and fake and designed to say, hey, y'all, why don't we all team up on Trump with this new lie and just all go hard on saying that Trump is in mental decline. Whether we got proof behind it, any data, any doctor's notes, nothing, we're just going to say it. And then say that, isn't it odd that everybody isn't recognizing this? Isn't it odd that nobody is out there going hard against Trump over this? Well, they're not, because Trump's not in mental decline. If you had the goods on Trump, you wouldn't have to make this mess up. All the things they're saying is easy to debunk. Just go right there and listen to him. But not this guy. He's going to give it a shot. I guess he thinks his glasses makes him smart enough to pull this off.
The wind that kills our birds. If you want to see a bird cemetery, go under a windmill sometime. They do kill.
Wow, now listen to that, guys. Trump's just talking out the side of his neck. He's talking out the side of his neck. That dude's talking just about birds. I'm sure he was just in the middle of a conversation. All right, that, you know what, the economy is horrible. You know, the birds and stuff that just falls out of the sky. Yeah, that would make me concerned. That would make him appear to be kind of crazy. So just this sneaky, nasty hall monitor that slid these clips in immediately makes me start going, I don't know about that. You just played that short clip. Why was Trump talking about birds? What was he talking about? You just played some about the birds that falling out of the sky, and then going to add your take.
Kill a hell of a lot of birds. Why do they love it? It kills all the birds.
Now, these are all obvious and transparent lies.
Yeah, these are all obvious and transparent lies. Do you think so, guys? I got a bad feeling about this. So now, these are all, I mean, his whole face, everything, just totally acting. I mean, he's out there like Anchorman. These are obviously lies. And look at this. So let's see if the nerd is telling the truth. Who's really the liar?
I don't think any serious person believes any of that.
Let's just see who's lying, shall we?
Yes. Oh, how many birds are killed by wind turbines? The nerd said it's all lies. Whoa. Percent adjusting for this industry growth, we can project that approximately 538,000 wind turbines cause birds deaths occur in the U.S. each year. Well, that's a lot of birds, y'all. That's a lot of birds. So maybe this guy thinks that's a small number. Because obviously, this is a lie. I mean, any common sense person would think that. Wow. So was Trump lying or is he lying? 538,000 bird deaths each year.
If you want,
it wasn't just one bad year, y'all. It wasn't a year that their radar was off or something like that. Their system was all messed up because the star and the moon was, some type of eclipse that threw them off and they all ran into the turbine. No, this is a recurring issue. And I would think a president would be concerned about this. I mean, the left was supposed to, be all about nature and stuff like that. And all these poor birds dying. And Trump simply trying to protect the birds. And this man right here is like, I don't give a darn about no birds. We're going to make it seem like Trump should be in the cuckoo's nest.
Want to see a bird cemetery? Go under a windmill sometime. You'll see a bird. If you shoot a bald eagle or an eagle of any kind, they put you in jail for 2 years.
Now, wait, what are you talking about, Trump? You went from birds flying into the turbine to talking about bald eagles, man. Dude, I'm going to see now, maybe you don't went off. I'm sure you're exaggerating this. I mean, I'm thinking maybe sparrows, couple crows, you know what I'm saying? But not no bald eagles. They too big and smart to be flying into these turbines.
Go under a windmill, see how many eagles are under there. Nobody goes to jail.
Now, these are all obvious and transparent lies. I don't think any serious person believes any of that.
A company in charge of wind farms in 8 states, including New Mexico, is forced to pay up for the deaths of dozens of eagles.
What? Can somebody send this data over to the nerd? To the hall monitor who said, now obviously anybody who's serious wouldn't believe this. That little nerd who's up here lying on Trump, trying to make it seem like Trump is just coming off the top of the dome with stupid, wild accusations. And out of nowhere, he's just talking about the birds and eagles dying. He's all over the place with this. They don't even attempt to even do any research about what Trump said to see if there's any validity to it. They're just going, we can throw this out there because we have a captive audience of dummies. of dummies. Yeah, they're just going to assume that if it came out of Trump's mouth, he's talking crazy, he's making stuff up, he's exaggerating, he's off script, he's unhinged, and therefore he's crazy and unqualified to be the commander-in-chief. So wait, you're telling me that 8 states? No, that ain't just like one state. I'm talking about, it seems like this might be an epidemic.
No!
That would be
The company also acknowledged the deaths of golden and bald eagles at 50 wind farms since 2012.
50?
Almost all of those eagles struck by the blades of wind turbines. They were ordered to pay more than $8 million in fines.
Trump's been right about everything. And if you think about it, I really have.
And he really has. And the media has been wrong about it. And they not only have been wrong. See, it would be one thing if they were wrong. They're lying. They're purposefully lying. That guy right there just took a clip of Trump actually talking about something that was true and say, you know what? I'm going to forget about all of the evidence, the data. I'm not here to prove whether what Trump is saying is true or not. I'm here to create a completely different narrative. That Trump talking about birds means he's crazy, off the hook. And see, there's so many millions of people who still don't catch this trick that they're pulling. That's what burns me up. I'm like, y'all don't see what they're doing? You know, I mean, we do a heck of a job debunking this stuff, revealing these things, showing these people's hypocrisy, these people's lies, these people's manipulation. But there are a lot of people out there that will watch them manipulate them with this type of stuff and will just say, so what? I'm sure that it was just an innocent accident. I'm going to move on to the next lie that they tell me. It's sad to watch. But some people aren't fooled by it, y'all. Because some people just still, no matter what the fake news say, trying to protect Chameleon or trying to stop Trump, they still hate Chameleon, y'all. Everybody hates Chameleon. Let's see.
Trump, we need you to hold on, because we're coming.
All right,
now, I know it might feel like you got the world on your shoulders.
Yeah.
They're trying to take all your businesses. They're trying to break you spiritually, mentally, and financially. Yeah. But hold on, Trump.
Hold on.
Because we're coming.
Well,
you have more support out here than you probably could ever imagine. Mm-hmm. We don't care about nobody calling us cult members. We don't care about nobody calling us mega extremists, right-wing extremists. We don't care anything about that.
Preach.
We want you to hold on, Trump.
Hold on.
Because we're coming. We're going to pull you through in the primaries. And November the 5th, 2024, we're going to be the rain, sleet, or snow to make sure you become the next president of the United States of America.
I'm loving her. Rain, sleet, and snow. Now, I'm wondering if that one fake black chick on CNN is watching. Now, she's not real. This ain't a real black woman. Yeah, I don't know who they talking to. Or what the imaginary black people they talking to. So what is she, in disguise? She's wearing blackface? Is that it? Is that Marjorie Taylor Greene up there pretending to be a black woman? So it appears that not everybody loves Kamala. In fact, most folks don't like her. Let's continue hearing what this woman got to say, because rain, sleet, or snow, she going to vote.
So hold on, Trump, because we're coming. You have more support out here than you probably could even imagine.
Yeah, but according to the left, no, because he's an insurrectionist.
Not just the 74 million people that voted for you in 2020, but you almost have double that. So Trump, hold on.
Hold on,
because
man.
we're coming. And we're coming strong.
Coming strong.
We don't care what nobody have to say about you, Trump.
That's right.
We don't care what nobody have to say about us.
Amen.
We know when you were in office, you put Americans first. You put American citizens first.
Wow. Now, who would ever think that would work? Putting American citizens first. Wow. You know, by doing that, it probably would make the American citizens realize you're loyal to them. It might make them want to say, yeah, that's a guy I trust. I want to see that guy back in. Because I don't see that guy putting illegal immigrants in my neighborhood. I don't see that guy doing that. Yeah, I don't see that guy getting us in unnecessary wars. I don't see that guy doing that. So putting America first, maybe the Democrats should learn. But see, everything's about the Democrats. It's put the Democrats' agenda first. And she ain't the only one, y'all. There's more who don't like Chameleon Harris.
And for that, Trump, we got your back. So hold on, Trump, because we're coming.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Who else is
coming? that we gonna stand 10 toes down.
10 toes.
We got on our steel-toe boots. We got on our body armor. We're not women. We don't care nothing about name calls. They can say what they want to say about us. They can say what they want to say about you. But we just need you to hold on, Trump.
Your left.
Because we're coming.
Left, right, left. What? There's more? I thought it was just one. According to that lady we saw earlier in my live stream, there was only just maybe a small percentage of black. But there's another one. Oh, look at this beautiful lady. Let's see what she got to say.
My name is Jocelyn Woodson.
Hi, my name is Sula.
I'm Karen Watson. I'm Yolanda Johnson.
There's too many blacks. Too many blacks. Right now, we done already broke a record. So you got to be kidding me. I thought it was just going to be one, maybe two. So these are all black women, because all black women are supposed to be supporting the first black female president, right? That's what they're supposed to do.
I'm from Georgia.
This is BB Diamond from New York
Go on,
City.
BB.
I'm Dana Galen,
Dana.
and I'm from Tampa, Florida.
I live in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Out here in Maricopa County.
Kalamazoo County, Michigan. I am a proud African immigrant living in Florida.
What? We got people from the motherland living in Florida? What do they all have in common, y'all?
From the great state of New Jersey.
I'm Angelina from Philly, and this November, I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not voting for Kamala Harris. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not with Kamala Harris. I am not with her. I'm not with her.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
Wow. Now, I don't understand. Because, see, we were told that, this is all made up. Every black person is supporting Kamala Harris, especially if you're a woman. But these black women are saying, we are not with Kamala Harris. We're going to see just how many other people are not with Kamala Harris, because they done worked real hard to support her, to sell her to all of these people. And let's see how it worked.
I'm not with Kamala.
I am not for Kamala. I am for Donald Trump.
Ooh.
I am not with Kamala.
I am not with her because she is not with me.
I support President Trump and the economic policies our country experienced under his leadership as our 45th president.
President Trump will support our law enforcement agencies and fund them appropriately.
Now, I'm sure they don't mean any of this stuff. I'm sure Trump himself is standing off to the side with a gun to their heads. You better say exactly what I told you to say. I'm sure that's what's happening, right? I'm sure they're just simply reading off of a script that Trump emailed to them personally. Read this. Like a hostage note. Or could it be that they're saying exactly what they feel? Okay. Because, see, you get no glory as a black person coming out and doing this, except from other smart black people and other conservatives. We all going, bravo, bravo. But I'm sure they got family members. I seen you on the internet talking about you're not with Kamala Harris. Did you fall and bump your head? No. Trying to get you to realize you did. So let's continue hearing what they got to say about Trump.
Donald Trump made me proud to be an American.
I'm with Donald J. Trump. We need a leader who can
Beautiful
make
black
America great again.
Trump puts Americans first, and he always will.
How are you feeling about the election?
I'm going for Trump.
Oh, so now we done took it from the classy ladies. Trump puts fit. Let's take it to the street. Sometimes you got to go ahead and find out, is it just with, folks who speaks with the King's English? Or is he also appealing with folks who just speak like they feel right off the street? Let's hear what they got to say.
I feel like every time they don't want somebody who is good for us to win, they throw somebody black in our face thinking that's going to make us vote for the black person.
I voted for Obama because he was black. I don't want to vote for her because she's the first black woman to run for president or to win.
I don't vote. Well, I want Donald Trump. I'm sorry. I want Donald
Why
Trump.
do you apologize?
Well, I know nobody likes him, but we had good times with Donald Trump.
Good times.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, why?
Yeah. I don't know. I just always been a fan of his, so that's what I'm for.
I used to be against Trump. I used to live in Virginia. I saw the bad side of it, but really moving to Cleveland, but I saw the other side of it.
Cleveland?
Trump.
Because?
Because it has to change. It has to change, and now I vote more for what fits me better as a person, rather than voting for the black person or voting for the first woman.
So you're becoming an informed voter. That's what you're telling me. You're now becoming a voter who won't just sit back and say, Kamala Harris doesn't have to come out and do interviews. She doesn't have to post anything on her page to let us know what she believes. None of that. She don't need to do none of that. Because we're voting for her because of abortion and joy and happiness and change and hope and stuff like that. Not our pockets. Not the future of the country. Not the safety of the country. No. So this woman is saying no more of that. But the Democrats are still dishing that out to the people. And they wonder why they're losing folks.
Think about Kamala Harris.
I think they say she phony and fake. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm like Trump saying, what are you? So I'm not feeling her. People get mad about it. I'm just not feeling it.
I'm not mad at you, girl. I'm not mad at you. I'm not hating on you at all. She's fake and phony. And that's the real macaroni, okay? Everybody knows she's fake and phony. But guys, it gets worse. Some people have gotten real passionate about how they feel about Chameleon.
I don't like her the way she speaks, the giddiness, the laughing. Everything's a joke, and it's not a joke. We're in trouble.
I'm going for Trump. Kamala was on Biden's team, and I don't like Biden.
Oh, nobody likes Trump.
Gas wasn't this high when Trump was our president. Food wasn't this high. I'm going for Trump.
Well, look at this. Now, I'm sure this man right here in this house is going to be ecstatic when this young prankster sticks a Kamala Harris sign in his yard, y'all. Let's just see how much he loves Kamala.
I'm going to keep it there.
With all respect, please take your sides down.
Well, I work for the Harris and
I don't
Walton.
care who you work for, man. I'm asking you with respect to respect me, and please take the signs off of my property.
Now, he's way better than a leftist that if you took a Trump sign in their yard, you think you would have came out, they'd have came out talking about something. With all due respect, look, I don't care who they would have came out like, what are you doing, you white nationalist, xenophobe, fascist, you know what, you're Hitler, They would have came out going completely nuts, calling the cops and all of that stuff. But this guy's trying to be nice. He don't realize he's being pranked, but it's hilarious. It really shows the real gut feeling about how people feel about Kamala Harris.
I was just about to say, I'm going to bring more signs too. I'm just going to place it around.
Get the fucking
We support
shit off
Kamala
of my
Harris and
property.
Walt.
I'm just gonna tear the fucking things up anyway.
But you don't support defunding the police?
No, I don't. Dude, are you trying to piss somebody off? Because that's what you're doing.
Well, the
Want
walls.
me to get my fucking gun out? All right? And then you'll see who went about the
Well, it's just
Yeah, then you'll see about the defunding the police. But you know the crazy part? I feel him. I mean, these dudes are risking their life for fun. I mean, these are funny videos. But folks, they ain't feeling Chameleon. That dude was like, look, now I'm trying to tell you. It's like me right now. If I walked out and I saw a Chameleon Harris sign in my yard, I would have to burn the grass. I'd have to dig up all the dirt, remove the whole front yard, and replace it. It's tainted. I'm like, if you don't get that mess off my yard, get that shite off my yard. And I'm like, you want me to keep it? Okay, I got something for it. I would call 1 billion pigeons to come and poop on that side. Dang on it. I might go ahead and step in dog poop and tap dance on top of that sign with dog poop all over. Whole time. Dang on it. I might go ahead and drink about 18 gallons of water and hold it and make sure my bladder is so big it looks like I'm carrying a water baby, and then urinate all over that sign. That's what I might do, okay? Right in front of the person who put the sign in my yard. No, don't leave. Hold on, I ain't finished. 12 more gallons before you leave. I want you to see how I feel about Kamala Harris. That's what I might do. Now, I'm sorry about that. I'm just vocalizing. I want to get on the anger too, because I feel these people frustration. Especially this woman right here.
Hello there. Hi, I work for the Harris and Waltz campaign. I want to
Take it off.
Take it off.
Leave it there, because.
No, you're not gonna leave it there.
Oh, why?
Because I can't stand them.
Do you not support tampons in men's bathrooms?
No, I don't support tampons in men's bathrooms.
Why?
Because tampons are for women. Where are they gonna stick it up their ass?
She's great. I love her already. Take it off. Take it off. She came out like, I'm not gonna ask you what you're doing or anything. Just take it off. Take it off. Okay. I hate them. Why? You don't support Kamala Harris? No, I hate them. They're communists. You don't support tampons for men? No, I don't. Why not? Because tampons are for women. Man, I tell you, I bet you after she realized she was being, clowned, when she was being pranked, she probably watched this and cracked up. Because it's only funny afterwards. Like right now in that moment, that anger is 100% real. She is like, what are they gonna do? Stick it up their butts?
Get it the fuck out of here! Get out of my property!
It looks good there, though.
Wait, don't touch my sign. That's my sign.
I don't give a shit. They're a bunch of fucking cunts.
You didn't address me?
And you know what? My bad. I turned the volume down on the cuss words and somehow they got turned back up. My fault. I ain't mean to include all of the F-bombs she's dropping. Right now she's flying over that sign, dropping nothing but F-bombs. Bombs away.
Leave out my pronouns.
What are you, a he, she? Fucking transgender is what you are.
I'm two-spirit.
A two-spirit. Well, you think she can be converted? You think that woman might just go ahead and start to see the light about the tampons in the bathrooms and all this stuff? No? Okay, yeah. That woman was dead serious. I wonder how that guy went back and told her it was a joke. Like, ma'am, I just want to let you know it was a joke. I don't support Kamala Harris. I want to see your reaction. And it was a beautiful reaction. But wait a minute. The reactions get worse, y'all. Because, see, there's some white liberals out there, along with the black liberals who are paid to, of course, manipulate black folks. These white liberals are almost worse. It's almost more offensive when they come out and try to tell black people how they should feel about Kamala Harris, the Democrats, and their horrific policies. You know, telling us what we should support and all that stuff. So let's see, because we got a situation here where black folks are mad about how the Democrats been treating them up in Chicago. And then this white liberal came out and said, hey man, y'all are coming across as racist towards these illegal immigrants. And I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to be doing. So let's see.
Is you not? If you order your food on DoorDash, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a Venezuelan.
No.
Ordering your food, can't speak English.
Now, is that a stereotype or the truth? Because, see, this woman's living it. She's living it. I'm sure the liberal media said, that's a lie. The Venezuelans aren't doing that. They're not taking, just like there's no crime from illegal immigrants and all these things. But this woman, she's black. She ain't got nothing to lose. She's sitting there just keeping it real.
Like, they literally took over. They took over. They taking them jobs, y'all.
Black job? Taking black job? Because remember, you know what Trump said when he said black job? What is a black job? What's a black job? What do you mean by that? Well, look at this. They're taking over, guys, and they're taking jobs. What else?
Taking over, and the government is helping their ass.
And who's in charge of the government right now? Well, it appears that it is Chameleon Harris and Creepy Sleepy. The government, and even more specific, the Democrats. Okay, the Democrats.
How do the Venezuelans took over the whole DoorDash? They took over the whole delivery system. Kid you not. Order some DoorDash right now.
Yeah, because Mayor Conehead up there in Chicago wanted them to get jobs and work permits and stuff so that, you know, they can get out the police station maybe and all of that stuff. So Mayor Conehead definitely has encouraged them. I'm sure they done opened up some way for these folks to get all these jobs. And this sister right here is mad.
That the motherfucking Venezuelans guy, it's like, I don't know if they got their own network through DoorDash or whatever, because I have yet to see a black person order me some, deliver my mother food since they came here. Since they came here. Yeah, they taking over the housing system. They taking over DoorDash. They taking over.
What? The housing system, DoorDash, they're taking over. They're taking over, man. So I'm sure all of this is motivated by racism. I'm sure that's why she's complaining, right? It's all because she don't like people of color. Well, she almost sounds like a white nationalist Trump supporter. That's what she sounds like.
Oh my God. I got tears in my eyes, y'all. They pushing us out. Pushing us out. And the government is helping them.
The Democrats, right?
They giving these Venezuelans cars and shit, and they can't even drive on the 290. They can't drive. They swerving into lanes and shit with no...
My name is Manuel. I need a car for a delivery. All right, Manuel. Now, you know how to drive here in America, right? See, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I'm good to go. Let me get my license. No, you don't need one of those, Manuel. Okay. I'm going to deliver now, okay? Hey, Manuel, you're on the wrong side of the... Oh, jeez, oh, man, he's going to kill somebody. You know he's going to kill somebody, right? Hey, look, it's not my fault. Brandon Johnson's okay with this, So now, these folks are riding around, delivering stuff, don't know how to drive,
License plates aren't even cars. The police not even pulling them over.
Because they can't.
Let it be a black person. Even though they look black, but they don't. Because they dress, they dress, you could just tell them apart from the Hispanics, the Puerto Ricans.
Well, that sounds racist. Sound like you're stereotyping. Sound like you don't like them because of their color. Because, oh, wait, you said they look black? But, okay, so it's not just about color? It's not just about color? Okay, what else about them?
From the blacks. They got their own swag, their own dress code.
She heard.
They taking over.
They taking over.
They taking over, y'all.
They taking over.
They gonna run us out of Chicago, y'all.
What?
They not running me out of Chicago, bitch.
Nope, she says she ain't going nowhere. Well, you better vote right. That's what you better do. Or they gonna be running you out of Chicago. So now, that surely white nationalist, racist black woman right there, she needs to shut her mouth according to this man right here. Oh, wait. No, not him. Look at this, y'all. Because see, maybe what she was saying was all exaggerated. Chicago is giving $9,000 in rental assistance to migrants. What? 70 million more for migrant housing services approved by city council.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Me too.
You ready?
It was a homecoming they had only dreamed of until today.
For who?
Today, the Gomez family officially welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin.
Okay.
Gabriel Gomez tells us it's his dream. This is what he wanted for his children.
Now, I'm loving this, y'all. This is a dream come true. The American dream, okay? I'm happy to see an American citizen, whether they're Hispanic, Jewish, Asian, Black, Pygmy, Inuit, I don't care. I just like seeing Americans accomplish their goals and be blessed. And you know what I'm saying? Accomplish their dreams. That's all I want. Yeah, you ain't even got to be an American citizen that speaks English. I'm still excited, man. I'm excited for these people right here, yo.
¿Cuál es la reacción? Nosotros estamos muy felices. Eyuvele Surengel says they are very happy, and this is an important step for their family.
Look at that.
Originally from Venezuela, they worked and worked.
Look at that. These folks was originally from there. See, that's what immigration do. It allowed folks from other countries to go through a process, come into our country the right way, then, get a job, work hard, and then accomplish the American dream. That's what it does, right? Man, I'm so glad they did this the right way.
In food service as an auto mechanic, delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals.
What did you say?
What? Wait a minute, hold on. Now I can't be happy. Now I can't be jovial for them, okay? Because the main ingredient for me to be jovial for these people getting a house is that they're Americans. Not that they're white, black, Latino, nothing. Americans. So now we got a family that came in here in 2022, just got here. Somehow, jobs, and now got them a very nice house. Look at that. Now, if that don't scream slap to the face for all Americans, I was happy. Because I assumed that they came the right way. I mean, what kind of country would be doing that? What kind of country would be bringing millions of illegal immigrants into their country and then jumping over their own citizens to provide housing, food, money, jobs, all of that for folks that just got here? What kind of country would be doing that? That's why I couldn't fathom it at first when the story started. I just assumed that, well, this is obvious in a modern society, in a sovereign country. Obvious, these are American citizens. Only to find out that nope, just got here and got them a nice, beautiful house. Let's see how their house compared to the American citizens in Chicago's houses.
First arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals.
They landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
We met them at the bus and they were so distressed and worked through a whole process with them. And now they're stabilizing their own home.
Yeah. And I cannot give the thumbs up to this church because they're assisting and this crime that our government is committing against our own citizens. I know we're supposed to be charitable, but we're also supposed to obey the laws of the land. And what churches are doing by this stuff, first of all, you're overlooking the folks that's right in your face, which we're about to see. But secondly, you're not aware that this is all political. You're not aware that these politicians are using the kindness of the church to support their corrupt agenda that subverts American citizens and our sovereignty. I can't support a church like that. So let's continue, though.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
And now a quick update on
look at
Chicago's
that. This is
homeless
awesome too,
population.
guys.
Actual American citizens.
Wow.
Rob, the I-Team has
Look
learned
at their
that
houses, guys.
68,000 Chicagoans are estimated to be experiencing homelessness tonight, hidden in plain sight.
Now look at all of those nice houses down there. That's a one room. Wait, no, I can't call that a room. Out there, you know what? It doesn't matter. One of those got a balcony. No, that's just a flap on the front. There's air conditioned because it's not a house and there's always air blowing in there. Well, I mean, hey, look, it's good enough for American citizens.
According to a new report, that's about equal to the population of Skokie. In 2023, data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development show that homelessness across America hit its highest point in 16 years.
Where's the church for that? It's
With
awesome.
all of their savings, programs to assist first-time home buyers, and an individual taxpayer identification number, the Gomez family...
Tax identification number. What do you think that will allow them to do? You see? But yet, we're conspiracy theorists when we say they're trying to replace their voter base. They're giving these people incentives. You're telling me you wouldn't come from Venezuela with your family if you could end up in a nice fancy house like that, got a tax ID? Who do you think you would vote for? Who do you think you would vote for with your nice new tax ID number and stuff like that? When you get your license. What group of folks do you think you would vote for? Would it be the ones that are saying, hey man, y'all need to come the right way and we need to close our borders and have some order and some laws and decency? Or would it be the folks that say, don't call them criminals, they're not illegals, they're just undocumented citizens. And by the way, you're all welcome to come here for a better life. On us. Oh, I'm sorry, not on us. On the taxpayers. You will vote for those folks. This is one of them issues that burn me up, but I'm a contain all of my anger for this last speaker of the night. I'm going to let her go ahead and vocalize all my anger.
Made their dreams come true.
Her dreams come true. Look at that.
Rencast says, really now is the American dream.
The American dream. That quick. There it is. I've been alive for X amount of years now in America. I still haven't accomplished what I would consider the American dream. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. But in my head, there's other things that I would love to have and accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Not have to deal with. But, yep. To them, came right here, American dream in 2 years. Thanks to the Democrats and this church that is being used by the Democrats. And, you know, I really can't hate on these people. I mean, they came here and took advantage of the situation, and here they are. I'm mad at the folks who allowed this to happen while looking at our American citizens on the streets and in tents. I feel you, Alex.
Wow.
Just
wow. Okay.
Grace and Peace Church plans to sell their other rehabbed homes to other first-time homebuyers, homebuyers of color on the West Side, to hopefully improve the lives of their families and their communities.
Wow, well, look at that. So now, guys, because the people in Chicago is upset, and a lot of black folks are mad, to calm them down, they send out a white liberal to chastise them. And they got signs in the streets saying black people shouldn't be racist towards illegal immigrants. See, it's not just we don't want them here because they're illegal and they're taking our jobs and our resources. It got to be racism even if you black. Even if you black. So you see the tactic. Racism for all occasions, regardless of what color, what nationality you are. This is a Marxist tactic. This is a communist move right here. So now all of a sudden, the same black folks that you got to be super sensitive for, and you can't, talk about race, and you got to make sure that they get priority on. All of a sudden, they get mad at these illegal immigrants And now they themselves are being targeted and labeled as racist. Listen to this white liberal.
Bob Avakian, Revolution, number...
Bob Avakian, Revolution 73. Tell us how you feel about these black racists.
73. Black people hating on immigrants. Nonsense and worse from people who should know better.
Y'all hear that? We should know better from a white liberal.
The most maddening and heartbreaking things these days is to hear black people who have suffered so terribly under this system hating on immigrants.
No, it's heartbreaking to hear black people that have to even deal with this crap in their neighborhoods. Now, it's a lesson for them to be learned. Maybe now they'll go, maybe these Democrats aren't what we thought they are. And that's exactly what's happening. Now they're starting to say maybe Trump and all of these MAGA folks who were whining about it a couple years back, there's some validity to it. But you got to understand, soon as you start thinking with common sense, soon as you buck up against their agenda, you get thrown in the same category as us. Now, all these black people are now about to become what? Ultra MAGA racist folks. And his message to them is, y'all don't want to be like those white nationalist Trump supporters, do you?
Talking about how immigrants are supposedly taking jobs and resources should go to black people and ruining neighborhoods where black people have lived for generations. When I hear this, I can't help thinking about what happened when the mass migration of black people from the South took place beginning after World War I, a century ago. Coming into the cities in the North, black people were repeatedly and viciously attacked by racist white mobs.
What does that got to do with this? So now you see the manipulation taking place? We got to get on board with this leftist, Marxist, globalist agenda here. Because look, y'all, remember your plight that y'all didn't go through? Remember your plight and all the stuff y'all went through that we're just assuming that you guys have went through? As a white liberal, I'm saying all the stuff that you guys went through individually. See, y'all all went through this. Not your ancestors, not a time in history, but it's all, look at all what you guys have been through. And you can't relate to these illegal immigrants coming here. Now, notice what he's leaving out. First of all, those black folks coming up north were American citizens. They're American citizens. There you go. They was just American citizens traveling to other areas. Okay. And they were met by racists. Not folks that's saying, we don't want y'all coming here because you guys are taking up resources because you're not American citizens. They were saying, we don't want y'all coming here because you're black. Now he wants to make it appear that that's the same motivation that those black folks in Chicago have. They don't want these illegal immigrants coming because they're illegal immigrants and that they don't like the Mexicans, they don't like Venezuelans, they don't like Latinos, even though Chicago's riddled with Latinos. They don't like anybody that ain't their kind.
Claiming that black people were taking jobs from white people, that black people were ruining the cities and just refusing to stay in their place.
So that's interesting. Once again, we're still dealing with what? American citizens, right? American citizens that were being discriminated against and attacked as American citizens by other American citizens solely on a basis of them being black. Now, we got all types of illegal immigrants here from all kind of countries. And I want all of them to go back. I don't care if they come and they black. I don't care if they're white. I don't care if they are Italiano. I don't care what you are. If you're an illegal immigrant, I'm not hating you because you're race. I don't even hate you because you're illegal. I just say you need to go back home because you're breaking our laws. And you're being assisted by our government to do it. Let's continue listening to this white liberal lecturers.
Sound familiar? The same thing happened after World War II in the 1950s and 1960s when black people were moving into segregated all-white neighborhoods or going to previously all-white schools. And they were often viciously, violently attacked by racist white mobs.
Now you hear this fool? That's what you get out of a white liberal. He got the audacity to try to guilt and shame those black folks up there in Chicago into accepting what the Democrat Party is thrusting upon them. Shut your mouths and let us use up all your resources, all your facilities, the housing that should be for you guys. Shut your mouths because these folks got the same plight. And if you recognize that these people are taking up your schools and all of that stuff, and you guys are being put on the shelf, you guys are just as bad as these white racist folks back in the day. You're just as bad as them. So now every liberal, crazy agenda that the left pushes, they want black people to jump on board because they're saying you should be able to relate to the oppression and the discrimination. And I'm saying that was totally different. It's like them saying when you separate the kids coming over here from illegal immigrants, it's just like the slaves. When they separated the slaves from their children. And I'm going, no. These illegal immigrants came on their own by choice and broke the law. And their children are separated because they broke our laws. Slave masters grabbed black folks, put them on the boat, purposely bred them, and separated their kids for slavery. Totally different. Those black folks didn't sign up and say, I'm coming to America for a better life. They were drugged over here in chains on a boat. These people came for a better life because Democrats told them to come, to put them on a different type of slavery plantation. The type of plantation that the Democrats have set up, just like they did in the day. Now let's continue. We just want y'all now on the plantation of the government. Unbelievable.
Even as, on the other hand, many white people were actively taking part in the fight against segregation, discrimination, and racist oppression overall.
So I guess that's him. That's him, y'all. That's who he is. He's in that category. So I'm one of the white folks that was like back in the day helping y'all guys. Y'all should be, you know what I'm saying? Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm there for y'all. And I don't want y'all to fall victim. I don't want y'all to fall into the same trap as all of those vicious white nationalists back in the day.
And today, especially with the Trumpite MAGA fascists, we see open, aggressive racism.
Open, aggressive racism, how, where? See, because remember, whatever they label as racist. Now, understand, this same man is just trying to imply that these black people are being racist towards these illegal immigrants. Now, if he's able to just throw the label of racism on this application, now he wants these same black people to think that because he labels MAGAs as fascist, open racist people, we should believe him too? Gotta understand, he's pretty much throwing them in the same category as us. Same category as us, because it's a tactic. Whenever we can't get our way, whenever we want to manipulate people, whenever we want to discredit a group of folks that got a problem with our raggedy policies, we simply will call them fascist racists. Can't come up with anything better than that? You're telling me just because I say, hey, dude, I see about 15,000 illegal immigrants coming our way and I don't think they should cross our border. That's racist. I thought it was common sense. Just because I'm able to recognize the more illegals you bring, the more problems you're going to bring. Many of them will be criminals. Many of them will be, all of that. All of a sudden, that's stereotyping. That's racist. And I'm going, no, it's common sense. It's being cautious. So this is the game that he's playing, and he's trying to play it on black people.
Against black people and against immigrants from what Trump has called shithole countries.
What? He didn't say which countries they were. There's many shithole countries and shithole cities in America. Shitetown is one of them because Democrats run it. If Democrats ran some of them other countries, they would be shite too. Wherever they go, they just leave shite. They're shiteologists. Shite everywhere, man. And this guy's shite too.
And you know what that means.
Oh, what does it mean?
No, he doesn't mean Norway.
Okay.
So I have a question for any black people today who are caught up in this hating on immigrants. Do you really want to be like the rabid white racists?
There it is, y'all. Y'all hear it from the white liberal trying to make all these black people just eat it. Just eat it, eat it, eat it. Do y'all really want to be like the white racist rabbit? So now, if you are white and you disagree with the legal immigrants coming here and taking up our resources, you're of course a rabid white racist. You see the stinking game that they play? I mean, these are the people, man, I want to kick them in the nuts. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to kick this guy in his nuts, if he has any. You know, I'm sorry to get graphic like that. Every once in a while, it just comes out. And I just felt it right there. I'm talking wind up and shoot those peanuts right out of his nose. Right out of his nose. Oh! Have the nerve to try to manipulate a whole group of black people because they're mad at how they're being treated by the Democrats and abused and overlooked and manipulated and all of that. While they got to watch these people take their jobs, take their locations that they used to enjoy, all the stuff that just all of these things they're getting. And they just got to sit there and go, I guess it's okay. And we get our turn at some point. I mean, even though we've been here, but we don't want to come across as racist and hating illegal immigrants because they've been through the same thing we've been through, right? This guy is an enemy of black people. And this person, as we close, is about to break it all the way down to its very last compound. Yeah, let's get the black response to all of these people up there putting up signs saying that black people need to stop being racist towards illegal immigrants.
You don't hang no signs about black people hating on immigrants because black people ain't got no reason to hate on no immigrants.
Oh no, but the immigrants got
we everything y'all are in there, son.
You hear that? She said y'all need to take down them signs. So they got the nerve to put signs up around Chicago telling black people to stop being racist towards immigrants. And she said, man, we ain't got no reason to be racist towards these illegal immigrants. We got everything y'all got and some. It ain't about jealousy. It ain't about racism. This is what they want to make it appear to be about so they can win the argument and silence people. It ain't about that. And she's about to let them know what it is about.
Let me tell you something. You get them signs down. Anytime that Alderman Lawson and Silverstein and what's that other?
Cesar Lopez.
Sit up here and talk about how they should get a hate crime bill because swastikas was in Ziploc bags in their community.
Y'all hear that? So all of them was whining about the Jewish community and swastikas being in Ziploc bags in their community. And they wanted a hate crime law passed, which I don't understand what a hate crime law is when the law deals with crimes that usually are motivated by hate. I don't know how you just label them hate crimes, but they wanted a hate crime bill passed, and then they got the nerve to do what?
They hung this in our community. We want it off the polls. We want that to be the beginning of a hate crime.
Yeah.
And that organization, which is a white liberal organization.
Oh, a white what? Liberal organization that's putting up signs telling black people stop being racist against all the illegal immigrants that we allowed to come into your neighborhoods and take up all your resources.
Like in the words of Malcolm X, who told us what? That the white liberal is the worst enemy to the black man.
He did say that well. I mean, I agree with everything Malcolm said, but that one was right on point. The white liberal is the worst enemy to black people. He said they're like the fox. See, he said the wolf, you could tell the wolf's intentions. Yeah, he don't come smiling at you. You already know what them teeth mean. But the fox know how to cheese you up. And out there, look, man, I heard some wolves out here. I'm just warning y'all. There's a lot of wolves out here, man. Listen. I support all of you chickens, okay? Now, if y'all just let me sleep in the hen house with y'all, I can let y'all know if the wolf is coming. You know what I'm saying? You wake up in the morning and about 8 chickens are missing. And you like, what happened to my whole family? Oh, snap, I slept through it, man. The wolf must have got them. Why, they got feathers all in their teeth. All on their teeth. Oh, well, shoot, that's crazy, man. Oh, is these feathers? Oh, where'd these come from? Fox done stayed up all night eating them. So, yeah, Malcolm X had a point, and she brought it up. And guess what, y'all? It's a whole bunch of liberals and Democrats in the city council meeting, and she's going to direct her attention straight towards them.
Coming up in here, acting like y'all representing some social justice.
Say that,
but all along, all you're doing is trying to use black people to find a reason to make some money. Let me tell y'all something over there.
Oh, shit.
The Democratic Party.
You see him? They look around. Oh, wait. Is she talking to us? I thought black people love us. Oh, my God. She just straight pointed at us. And the cameraman went and caught them all feeling uncomfortable. They are feeling real uncomfortable. So let's see.
Y'all
gonna abuse us.
what I'm
They
telling
get to
you.
abuse the black American.
Gonna come in here and gonna clean it up. But I'm telling
You hear one dude, the old dude, screaming.
Righteous heart. You leave the Democratic Party. Do just like RFK Jr. Just do like that Tulsa lady. You better get up out the Democratic Party. Save yourself.
You better hit the streets. You better take off running like Kunta Kinte in Roots. Digging. Booking, man. Okay? She is out there giving it to them, y'all. White liberals. I bet you they feeling real uncomfortable up under the collar. So let's finish because she's about to dismount them real good.
Save your families, save your dignity, save your jobs, and save your seat. Because if y'all don't...
Save your seats. Meaning if you don't get up out the Democrat Party, you think we're going to be voting for you? You want to save your seat? Remain a Democrat.
We coming for your seats.
We coming for
We ain't taking this no more. We ain't taking no more.
And all of those liberals are sitting there. Look at this guy. Yeah, with his frosty hair. All of them are sitting there like, my God, she's so, you know what? Who does she think she is? She's an uppity black one, isn't she? Don't they know we're here to help them with our white privilege? God, unbelievable. And the black ones are probably going, man, she a sellout. She's an Uncle Tom, Auntie Tom. That's what she is. She need to sit down.
From a bunch of people who have broke into the country and now have completely broke the city, have completely broke the country, have completely disgraced the United States of America.
Disgraced the United States. She is giving them a ear full, and I'm loving it. That's why I said I'm going to reserve and suppress my anger and allow her to be my spokesperson. Okay. That woman said, disgraced America. Because you best believe every other country is probably looking at us going, can you believe America? They let all these people to come into country and like door wide open. That's stupid. What kind of man would allow all these people to come into house? Leave back door wide open. Family members in danger. Stupid, very stupid. But we're okay with it. Make America very weak again. Make it very weak for us. Yeah. Disgrace the whole country.
America is a disgrace. Oh my God. What a solution. You give us a fake, black, cackling hand of a candidate.
Give him some more. Give him some more. Give him some more. She said, you give us a fake, cackling. Ooh. You know who she's talking about, y'all, right? You know who she's talking about. Because everybody hates Chameleon. Oh, she busted her out.
With a vice president that's talking about he want to put tampons to the boys' bathroom.
Oh, tampon Tim? She didn't leave him out either. Just like that white lady who said, where are they going to put them? Up their butts. So, you know all those white Democrats and black Democrats and liberals are in there uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. They're like, man, we can't even shut her up because she got time. She's able to come here and say exactly what she feels. She is gonna get a sound. This gonna go viral. Yeah, we're all gonna be on TikTok easily because she's digging into us. And I'm like,
the number one function of a president is to be the commander-in-chief.
What? It's not to lay around on the beach. It's not that. It's not to meander about and tell all kind of stories that aren't true. It's not that. It's not to open up the borders and allow us to be invaded. It's not to pull us out of Afghanistan, allowing folks to get killed. It's not to ruin the economy. You mean to tell me it's not to go ahead and force folks to get an experimental vaccine and threaten them with their jobs? It's not that. It's not that. It's not to surveil and spy on the American people. It's not to go ahead and launch lawfare on your political opponent. It's not that. It's not to allow you and your raggedy, corrupt, crackhead son to get rich from other countries. It's not that. I thought that was the role of the president.
You tell me anything about a Kamala Harris that looked like she could protect this country after y'all have sat up here and they get her overridden with a bunch of emails.
Ooh, you want to hear that, brother? You hear that, brother? Hold on, wait. That brother mad in the back.
After y'all have sat up here and they get her overridden with a bunch of emails.
Just in case they didn't hear it. Illegal immigrants. I'm loving it. So y'all done sit up here and let y'all be overran by a whole bunch of illegal immigrants, but that white liberal man told all these black folks to shut their mouths. Shut their mouths. Stop being racist.
Y'all done sat up there and put America's hands in all kind of wars. And you telling me a tampon man that ran from duty don't even know what his rule was. Cornelia Harris, you don't know what race she is.
Oh, she's killing him. She telling me, she called him a tampon man, y'all. You mean to tell me a tampon man and Kamala Harris that don't even know what race she is, and the tampon man ran from his duties.
Gonna protect this country? The devil is a lie. Y'all better get some signs down.
Y'all better get them down now.
I know that.
I know that. I think they better listen to her. I think they better listen to that woman. She means business. She said, y'all better get them signs down. I know that. Do you understand a slap in the face? Do you understand how disrespectful that is? You riding around in your neighborhood and some white liberal organization done put together some signs to put on all kind of places telling y'all to stop being racist against the illegal immigrants. You darn right y'all better get them signs down. But more so, these black folks in Chicago better vote those folks out. 100%. So she dropped it like it's hot. Dropped this like it's hot. Man, I love to meet that lady, man. I'm feeling her. She said Trump gonna come in there and clean all this mess up. And I hope he do. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Boy, I enjoyed that. I tell you, man. And I hope every minority, every common sense person in Chicago, I hope they all realize. I hope they all realize what the heck is going on. Because they cannot repeat the same mistake, man. And you can't have Conehead Brandon Johnson running the country and all that messing and whining when he brings in illegal immigrants to replace y'all. Get them all out. Get them out somehow, one way or another. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's what, Tuesday? So I'll be back. We got the debate tomorrow night. So I'm trying to wonder. I don't know what time it starts. I might do a quick show before the debate. And go from there. All right. Other than that, text MAGA to this number. Also, don't forget to like and share my videos. Follow me on all the other social media platforms. The links are below. If you want to donate to the channel, links is below the video. Cash App, PayPal. And you can also check out Kevin's Corner Store and support the channel that way. All right. Let's go ahead and get out of here, man. Boy, after that, I'm pumped up. Y'all better take them signs down. Dang on it. She's like, this is our city. Up north, got her hands round y'all throats. I know you see the eights. I know you see the way we tear up the place, yeah. And she just tore up the place. God bless. Take care.